Have you ever noticed how a baby stares at you like you're the most fascinating thing in the entire universe, even when you're doing something as boring as folding laundry or stirring a cup of tea? What if I told you that in those quiet, ordinary moments, something extraordinary is happening inside that tiny brain? Something so powerful that it will shape who your child becomes for the rest of their life. Scientists have a name for it. They call it observational learning. But what it really means is this: your baby is not just watching you, your baby is becoming you, copying your face, your voice, your reactions, your fears, and your joys, long before they can even speak a single word. And this is exactly why psychologists say babies learn far more from what you do than from what you say. Picture this: a mother drops a spoon on the kitchen floor and gasps in frustration, and her 6-month-old baby, who cannot even sit up properly, flinches at the exact same moment. Not because the baby understood the spoon fell, but because the baby understood the emotion on the mother's face. And that split-second reaction is proof of something scientists call mirror neurons, special brain cells that fire not only when we do something, but when we simply watch someone else do it. Almost like the brain is silently rehearsing the same action or emotion internally. And babies are born with these mirror neurons already switched on, ready to absorb everything around them like a sponge soaking up water. Now here is where it gets a little unsettling. Your baby is not just copying your smile or your wave. Your baby is copying your emotional patterns. The way you handle stress, the way you speak to yourself when you make a mistake, the way you react when things do not go as planned, and long before your child develops language, they are already building an internal blueprint of how the world works, based almost entirely on your face, your tone, and your body language. Because to a baby, you are the entire world. You are their safety, their weather system, their proof that everything is okay or not okay. Think about a toddler who falls down while playing, and instead of crying immediately, the toddler looks up at their parent's face first, almost like asking a silent question. Was that dangerous? Should I be scared? And if the parent looks calm, the toddler often gets up and continues playing. But if the parent gasps in fear, the toddler bursts into tears, even though nothing about the fall itself changed. Only the parent's reaction changed. And this simple but powerful behavior is called social referencing. And it proves that babies are constantly using our faces as an emotional compass to understand the world before they can understand it themselves. Here is the first twist. Most parents believe they are only responsible for feeding, protecting, and physically caring for their baby. But research shows that babies are absorbing emotional lessons every single second they are around you, even when you think no learning is happening. Even when you are just cooking, scrolling your phone, or having an ordinary conversation with someone else in the room, your baby's brain is quietly recording patterns. How you speak when you are angry, how you comfort yourself when you are upset, how you treat people when you think no one important is watching. And children as young as 1 year old have been shown in psychological studies to imitate not just simple actions like clapping or waving, but complex emotional behaviors like comforting a crying doll the same way they were once comforted, or scolding a toy the same way they were once scolded. Which means your baby is building their future personality, using you as the very first template of what a human being is supposed to look like. And here comes the second twist, one that most parents never expect. Babies do not just imitate what you do, they imitate what you do not do. Meaning, if a parent rarely expresses affection, rarely smiles, or rarely reacts emotionally, babies absorb that pattern just as strongly as if they were shown constant affection. Because to a baby's developing brain, an absence of emotional expression is not neutral. It becomes the new normal. It becomes their definition of how relationships are supposed to feel. Which is why psychologists often say that babies do not learn from perfect parenting. They learn from consistent emotional patterns, whether those patterns are warm or distant, calm or anxious, safe or unpredictable. Now imagine a father who comes home exhausted every single day, and even though he never says a single negative word, his shoulders are tense, his voice is flat, and his face rarely lights up. And his 1-year-old daughter, without understanding a single concept of stress or work pressure, begins to mirror that same tension, becoming quieter, more watchful, more hesitant to express big emotions, not because anyone taught her to behave that way, but because her nervous system learned it by watching his nervous system day after day, moment after moment. This is the invisible curriculum of childhood, the lessons no one writes down, the lessons that come not from words but from presence. This is why psychologists often say a baby's first teacher is not language, it is emotion. And a baby's first classroom is not a school, it is the human face. And every time you smile at your baby, frown, sigh, laugh, or stay calm during chaos, you are silently teaching them what love looks like, what safety feels like, what stress means, and what it means to be human. And this is not meant to make you feel pressured or afraid, because babies do not need perfect parents, they need real ones, parents who sometimes get frustrated, sometimes apologize, sometimes laugh loudly, sometimes cry. Because through all of these authentic emotional moments, babies are not just learning facts about the world, they are learning how to be emotionally human themselves. They are learning resilience, empathy, comfort, and connection simply by watching you live your ordinary, imperfect, beautifully human life in front of them. So the next time your baby stares at you a little too long while you are doing something completely ordinary, remember, they are not just watching you. They are studying you, absorbing you, becoming a small reflection of you. And in that quiet exchange between your face and their eyes, an entire human being is slowly being shaped. One glance, one emotion, one ordinary moment at a time. And maybe that is one of the most beautiful and slightly mysterious truths about being a parent, that without saying a single word, you are already teaching your child everything about what it means to feel, to trust, and to love. Subscribe for more mind secrets.